All right, guys, we know that teaching is not just presenting information. It's building trust, and that comes from confidence and competence. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how to use our new OBS appearance in order to help us all project that kind of confidence and competence. Listen, if we're saying the truth, which is, for example, don't use calculators all the time, and their school teachers are saying nonsense like do use calculators all the time, a lot of students are going to respond to whichever side is just basically looks better. Anyway, let's get to it. Here we go with the beginning. I'm going to start off by adding the background. That's the first thing we need. We need the background. And to do that, I'm going to select a media source. I'll call it test background. And I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to click loop so it keeps going. I'm going to go ahead and browse. I'm going to go to the OBS resources folder. You can download it to your local drive or whatever you want. And I'm going to choose this thing that says news background moving 1. Here we go. Now, the first phase is complete, and now we need to actually have somebody in the background, in front of the background. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pick an NDI source. Now, in order for the NDI source to appear, you have to install the NDI plugin for either Windows or Mac, which I've already done here. So I click NDI source, and I'm just going to call this Arvin NDI. And then I'm going to go here to the source name, and I'm going to pick the thing that says here Skype local. When you're importing other people, it's going to be obvious who's who. I mean, the person, if it's Megan, it's going to say Megan in the name somewhere. But here I'm just going to pick local. And I'm going to say OK. Now I need to do a couple things over here. I need to reposition this a little bit and certainly resize it a bit. And so I'll go ahead and do that. And now we've gotten close, but the issue is it's all green, and that's not totally ideal yet. So we need to actually now delete the green background. So now I'm going to click the Arvin NDI, click Filters, and I'm going to click Chroma Key. Chroma Key is the thing you use to delete green. And I click OK. And that gets the job done. And there I am. I'm in the video. The background is gone. And then I basically just, you reposition people just kind of manually over here. And just try to line it up with that thing over there. Now, let me show you a couple more things. Now, sometimes for some people, their Skype logo is going to be like up here. And you'll see this outline of a Skype logo. So I've added a mask to delete it. Let me show you how that works. I go to, in my case, the Skype logo is in the bottom left, which I guess you can't really see. But for a lot of people, the Skype logo will be on the top right. So I'm going to go ahead and click the Arvin NDI again. I go to Filters, and I'm going to add a filter called Image Mask Blend right over here. And I'm going to pick the one that's in here. It's called the Skype logo Deletion Mask. And it just deletes the mask. Now, in my case, the Skype logo isn't there anyway, so you don't really see a difference. But if the Skype logo had been there, you would now see that the Skype logo would be gone. That's pretty much the whole thing. If you have two instructors, you put one over here and one over here. Now, notice I'm not really doing a lot of masking. I'm not doing the hardline masking. Because with this, the instructors just have a little bit more space. If you make somebody reasonably small, it allows for more kind of natural interaction with the environment. And it just resize this based on your judgment. I mean, you just kind of eyeball it over here. And there you have it. That's the whole thing now. And you just create a new NDI source for each person. You just need one scene. It's not as complicated as the other thing. There's no need for 3D transforms or anything like that. It's going to be much easier on your computer. Now, let's say that you can't use you're doing this and it's kind of draining your computer. Then instead of using the moving background, you would just add an image, and you would use the news background still. That's the whole thing. Final thing, let's say you have 3 people. If you have 3 people, this background doesn't work very well because you end up with everybody being kind of small, which is not, I mean, you're going to have people small regardless. But you see how my eyes here are not really at the 2/3 level? So we have a separate background for that. So if you have 3 people, you can use the 3-person background. And I'll just show you how to get to that. You do the same thing, media source, create a new media source. And you loop it, obviously. You'll loop it in a second. You choose the 3-person one. And there you go. There you have it. That's the new setup. It's much, much easier than the old setup. And it's going to really give us that very professional look. Obviously, if we're dressed properly, I'm just showing you guys in this t-shirt. But if we have that full look, it's going to have a big effect. I've already seen it over these last couple of weeks, really changing the way that students are interacting with our program. Part of what we're doing here is convincing people, not just that we... See, here's the thing. A student doesn't know who knows more math outside their math teacher. We know that we know more math. But how's a student going to know that? So the student judges based on the things that they understand. They understand visual competence. So this is our way to show that we are in a separate league from their teachers, because we are. We are in a dramatically separate league from anything happening in their schools. All right, guys, stay intense. If you have questions about this or questions about anything else, just let me know. I'm going to be in class all week as usual. And let's see if we can get as many people as can handle this on their computer set up so that we're able to do things like have simultaneous seminars and all that kind of stuff.